call home. English speaking and the francophones. 8 months of winter, well it ain't so bad. Lights on a gawking, all making me mad. 2 McDonald's and 1 Walmart. My bike got stolen when it got dark. Extend our trailers and we drive skidoo. That's what we intend as love to do.
I promise to protect downtown. Eat at Siva's so I can stay round. Yell at bad drivers every day. At Hollinger Park is where I play. 101 is still my mall. See the murals? We have it all. Animal tours, it's all set. We want our jobs back at Kid Met. Shania Twain Center, it went under. How about another Stars and Thunder? New pool, will we ever get? Hockey brawls here make me sweat.
There's a place we call home. English speaking and the francophones. 8 months of winter, well it ain't so bad. Lights on a gawking, all making me mad. 2 McDonald's and 1 Walmart. My bike got stolen when it got dark. Extend our trailers and we drive skidoo. That's what we intend as love to do.
Back
All right there, Kinsman. How you doing there, pal?
Doing all right. It's a busy day today. We're hanging out all over the place today. We're at Hollander Golf Course today, the next gen in town, which we have tickets to give away, by the way, tonight for all the rounds. Whoever wants to go and watch these amazing juniors play, just comment on tonight's show, and we'll announce a winner at the end of tonight's episode. And we also have tickets to give away to Imagine Cinema 6 and Farm to Fork box from the Mount Joy Farmers Market. So lots of winning. All you have to do is comment.
I'm really impressed with you because, like I said before, you went a couple weeks, you gave people no prizes, and now you're overdoing it, giving away 3 prizes. I really think you're overcompensating for something, but good work there, Kinsman. And
overcompensating for what?
I don't want to get into all your personal secrets on a live stream. You can talk about that.
TMI, right? So we do tell all, but not all on this show.
You tell me a lot of things privately, and I'm like, I don't know if I should tell people that on Facebook. Maybe if someone sent me an EMT for 20.
It's like Vegas. Whatever happens behind the show scenes stays behind the scenes, right?
All right. So usually I could talk with you for 10 minutes before we bring our guest on, but I'm sorry, pal.
Oh, we're not. No,
not tonight. You know who's going to be joining us, Stacie Mistysyn, and I'm a huge fan of Degrassi. You're a huge fan of Degrassi.
Used to watch it way back growing up. Again, Caitlin Ryan is the character name, and yes, you're a big fan. Got a message before the show stating that you're going to be so fanned out, you're not going to be able to concentrate for the entire episode.
Kids, but I love all our guests, but I'm super excited tonight. I like thousands and thousands of Canadians grew up with Degrassi, and we're really excited to have her on. So it's very simple. If you want to win a prize tonight, just comment. We'll draw 3 random names at the end of the show, and I think it's time to bring Stacie on. Are you ready?
Stacie on. She's waiting in the wings, and yes, we don't let stars wait too long. So let's bring her on.
Right.
Let's see if you can concentrate. I'm going to say my hellos first. I'm going to say that now because I probably won't be able to get a word in edgewise.
All right.
After I say hello, I should say hello and goodbye just to cover it all. There she is.
Hello, Stacie. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great.
Yes. We're awesome. So yes, everyone's been teasing me all week because I had the VHS copy of School's Out, and in '92 I probably watched that about 60-70 times. I was really into Degrassi, but I'm 46, so I felt like I grew up with the Degrassi kid. So I
grew up with the Degrassi as well, but I don't think I can say I was a fan. I love the show, love the content, but I think the biggest fan, Stacie's sitting right there in the top left of the screen. Right. Mr. Klomp. He's been talking nonstop. No, he's like, who's on the show? This was like last week. Who's on the show next Thursday? Who's on the show this tonight and today? And it's Stacie, and it's time. So
it's awesome.
A pleasure to have you on the show, Stacie. We loved you back when you were on the TV screen for thousands across. I'm going to say million. A lot of people have tuned into the Degrassi series, and here you are right here. This is still amazing.
That's right. And a lot of people chiming in already. So the first question, and people have asked, I'm sure you've been asked a lot of these questions millions of times because a lot of people they just adore Degrassi. But why are folks so connected with the Caitlin-Joey relationship?
Because it's the unrequited love. It's the on again, off again, realistic romance. If we had gotten together, I seriously don't think people would have cared as much. It was that will they or won't they? They just, it was a tease.
It was all the love triangles that kind of kept everybody in. They're like, okay, they're going to get together, and all of a sudden, no, okay, Joey just ruined it, or Caitlin's character ruined it. There was always a cliffhanger at every episode, but you guys never really truly got together because I'm sure, like you said, the writers would say, okay, we need people to be tuned in. Let's keep them going.
Yeah, it was like the moonlighting thing. Remember the two, the characters, and of course Joey and Caitlin were like opposites as well. So it was like that kind of opposites attract thing too, which I think was appealing. So bad boy, the good girl.
Right.
Do you feel though that like the Joey and Caitlin characters got proper closure?
Well, no. Okay, honestly, no. Of course not. But should they have? I guess is the bigger question. Yeah, I don't know. Fans obviously wish that they had a lot of fans wish they had gotten together. Yeah. But I think it was realistic how they ended it, because that's so true in life. I mean, we don't always end up with our high school sweethearts.
Right.
Very rarely. Pat ended up with his high school sweetheart in real life, the Joey Jeremiah guy.
Yeah, he did. They've been together forever.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I guess that makes sense because, you know, the theme around Degrassi and the reason why so many people are attracted to it, because it's reality, right? You know, I was a fan of, 90210 and Saved by the Bell and those other shows, but they were always Hollywoodish. And when you watch Degrassi, it's been told 1,000 times that these are stories that people can connect to and issues going on at the time. And I heard a comment before where they said that a lot of the stories came from the actors' real life experiences. Is there truth to that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they were around us. The writers were around us all the time. And a lot of what was going on in our lives carried over onto the show. It's kind of like there were spies on set, but it wasn't as nefarious as that. They were pretty open about asking if they could. I mean, my parents were going through a divorce, for example, while I was on the show, and they asked me, if it was okay to do that storyline for Caitlin's parents when they were questioning their relationship. A lot of things like that. And it's a large part of what made the show so relatable. Mm-hmm.
It's why it connected with thousands of Canadians. And another thing, you just rewatched the 2 seasons of Degrassi High. One thing I noticed, because there's a theme in Hollywood right now, and it's definitely noticeable, where the women who are acting saying the roles for women aren't as dominant as the men's anymore. They're either there for their appearance or they're there to support the men. But I do not find that's the theme in Degrassi. I find that the female characters led the show, had the most interesting storylines, were the dominant characters in most of the episodes. Was that true? Was that something that was ever discussed, or that's just how the show rolled out?
That's just how the show rolled out, but it's a really good point. No one's really ever brought that up before. It probably helped that our producer was a strong woman. You're right. There were a lot of strong female characters on the show. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping things are starting to change for the better now in Hollywood and on TV. But I guess we were pretty ahead of the game that way too, which is nice.
Well, ahead of the game, looking at all the risque, like tiptoeing to the line and, not quite stepping over that line, character deaths, pregnancies, abortions, cancer storylines, you name it, love triangles. This was the show, taking people to the edge. And I think, it was the edginess that kept people tuned in every single episode. And,
sure.
You guys and the producers, we're taking, saying, let's see what we can do this week and next episode. And, that was the fun of the whole Degrassi series.
Yeah, it was the show that had everything. Not the school you want to go to in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're watching, I always wanted to go there, but I'm just a fan watching. When School's Out comes out, and, that was watched by a couple hundred, 2.5, 3 million Canadians, I would have to think, School's Out's over. And I've watched that plenty of times. I'm thinking, okay, what's next? Like, people got to go to college. People got to start careers. I assume there was a discussion at one point saying, do we go to the next step with the characters we've been following for all these years? It seemed like it just ended.
Yeah, it was a pretty abrupt ending. Mm-hmm. They never really discussed it with us. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they had a plan. What they had in the works, and I don't know when they actually started planning it, was the Degrassi talks, because that was the next thing that they did. So I am curious to know when that came about, like in their heads. But yeah, they never discussed a college, or, I mean, we joke all the time about, the geriatrics of Degrassi. How old are we going to be on the show? But yeah, no, that was, I think they wanted to quit while they were ahead, to be honest. I think it was like, let's end it here. Let's not run it into the ground.
Well, that's it. You want to end it on a good note and not drag it on, where now you start reading, headlines where people are online saying, you know what, they should have ended this years ago. You didn't want to have that scenario happen.
Exactly.
I just think because Schools Out was like a big smashing success, it definitely left people for more. And we'll get into it in a few moments. The Degrassi cast is doing more, and there's still a way to interact with the Degrassi cast, and that there's a whole bunch of awesome things going on. But I'm very curious, when you're out in the public, do people expect you to be Caitlin Ryan? Is that an I'm sure, like, if you're out with your husband or your family, people say, "Oh, Joey's going to get upset." I'm sure there's some stuff over the years you've heard. Maybe they expect you're Caitlin, but you're Stacie, but people expect that because they're attached, correct?
I think now that I'm 50, people don't have those expectations anymore. I hope not. But certainly when I was younger, and I was still on even after the show, and a lot of that was pressure I would put on myself too. I would feel like people expected me to be a certain way, certainly for relationships. I had guys that were attracted to me thinking that I was Caitlin, but they were getting the Caitlin Ryan. Right. It's like, no, I'm not that girl.
Right.
So yeah.
It makes sense because, if you follow the Caitlin character, she's very serious, wants to be involved in serious issues. Joey calls her moody, but that's just a guy thing, right? If their girlfriend's going through serious issues, a guy just says moody. But in real life, following you on Instagram and all your videos, you seem the complete opposite. You like to joke around and have fun. So yeah, it's a character. You're not Caitlin. And I'm sure when the show came out, a lot of people, they watch the show or they have the poster, they see the magazines, and they have one expectation. But that must be true for a lot of people in movies and TV.
Especially when you've been playing the same part for so long. And it becomes like a persona. And yeah, people come to expect that. It makes sense. But it is, it took a while for me to kind of break free of that, I think, after the show ended.
When they did the 10-year reunion on Next Generation, so a lot of the old cast came back. It almost seemed like the Caitlin and Joey characters had flipped. Caitlin's in sort of like a turmoil there. She's got this oddball fiance from Hollywood. Joey's a little more, he had lost his wife, but he's a little more grounded. Was that something intentionally to sort of flip the characters, or just change the dynamic a bit?
Another good question. I think it was fun to do it that way. I think they really wanted to show that Joey's character was not the same crazy, like he'd matured a lot over the years. I mean, he's a stepdad. He's got a job. He's got to look after a family now. So I think they definitely did a good job giving him that persona and that whole, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it was a good call on their part to have him be the more grounded one. It was a nice kind of switcheroo for a bit.
Yeah, it was. It was like a refreshing thing. You weren't seeing the same old. That's why I said, ending this at Schools Out. Like, if they invited me into that writer's room, okay, no, come on now. Ideas. But I say that as a fan. The friendship between yourself and Pat, obviously that had to have been a strong friendship over the years, because I've watched the videos of you guys going at the fan conventions and the cons, and now working on the online auction and Degrassi tours. Obviously there's been a strong friendship over the years between you both.
Yeah, I love Pasqua, and It's nice. I'm really grateful to the show for having brought us together again, like the next generation, because we actually drifted apart. Pretty much everyone on the show. There's maybe only like a couple of people I really stayed in touch with. And the next generation, we kind of bonded all over again because like Amanda, Pat, and myself and Stefan were now the adults on the show. Right. So that was another switcheroo, right? We weren't used to that dynamic at all.
No.
So we bonded together, and I mean, it's like we picked up right where we left off, which was awesome. We have, you know, so much history behind us. And so now, yeah, I have so much fun doing these events and stuff with Pat. Yeah, we're so, I mean, we get along so well. It just makes it easy.
When you went to set, like if you follow Degrassi, it's almost like you get mini movies in every episode because there's always something happening that's focused on a different character. So I assume like there would be an episode or two you'd see Caitlin, but she would be in the background. Is that how like they structured the show to focus on a character story per episode, or sometimes 2 episodes, just to keep it interesting? Like they're standout stars of the series, but everyone almost had like equal screen time for the majority of the series. That was super cool.
It was very deliberate. The reasoning behind that was a few reasons. There's school. They wanted to make sure that none of us missed too much school. The other reason is they didn't want us to have a star dynamic. They didn't want it to go to our heads, and it certainly didn't. I mean, they had us doing kitchen duty. We washed our own dishes. We carried sandbags. I mean, there was no star status. And we didn't get paid to be extras. We were extras in scenes when we weren't being used. A lot of us would kind of like try and hide so that they wouldn't find us if they needed to grab a few people to like walk in the hallways or be at their lockers.
You didn't want to do that. I'm sure the paychecks back in the day compared to, you know, stand-ins now and extra roles, probably way different back in the day. I was reading, you know, when you were on the, you know, a bunch of you, maybe the whole cast, saying that you guys wore your own clothes. There was no budgets for, you know, someone's dressing you head to toe before each episode. Is that true?
Oh my gosh, we brought a lot of the wardrobe was our own, except for like the cut up socks that I would have to wear around my head sometimes, or they were from thrift shops. No makeup, except whatever if we wore our own. They had one compact to, you know, if someone was shiny that we all shared. And yeah, no, the budget was like minimal. And yeah, the pay was certainly different. Oh, this was what I was going to say. When I started doing something, I started doing projects after Degrassi.
Yeah.
The idea of having a stand-in was like blew my mind because we just didn't have stand-ins. And I would be standing there waiting for the camera guy to like get his shot ready and everything. And they'd be like, you know, you can go relax. I'd be like, oh, can I? It took me a while.
You're not used to that. You're like, you know, 1,000 jobs. Here you go. Let's throw you all to the wolves. And now there's extras to replace the extras on today's TV shows, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot different. Big question that when you did the series, you know, obviously you were playing teenagers and you know going to school on a TV show. Was it different doing the school, you know, in real life and, you know, trying to be a normal kid in school and obviously, you know, putting, you know, Caitlin and, you know, in you know, different scenarios and of course, Stacie in different scenarios, or was it tough back then to do that?
For sure. I mean, I don't even know if being on the show made a difference so much, but I can tell you in real life, I did not like school. I was awkward and I was always kind of like in the middle. I wasn't with the cool group. I could hang out a bit with the cool group and I was sort of with the not so cool group. I was always kind of like right in the middle and I just felt awkward all the time. And it didn't help that I would miss a lot of school and my parents were really strict. So I wasn't able to like get to know people well and go to parties. And I actually ended up going to an alternative school for my last couple of years of high school, just because it was easier for me. And I liked working independently a lot better.
That's right. And I watched, I know it wasn't too long ago, well, pre-pandemic, but you folks were in Winnipeg and you're doing a screening of Schools Out, and people are just captivated on every line, especially the big, Tessa Campanelli scene right at the end, with the slap. People are going crazy. Are you? It was tough to know back then, but like now, are you still surprised how connected a lot of folks are still with the show and the characters, the longevity of it?
I'm always surprised, but also grateful. I mean, I get it, because it is like we grew up together, right? It was a big part of our childhood, and a lot of people, that was maybe the only show they were watching. So it's nostalgia, and we love nostalgia. It kind of reminds us of, when we were younger and maybe a better time in our lives. It was a better time for me on Degrassi, at the Degrassi school, than my real school, but
right. Yeah, the fictional school. And people talk about many times, like, dropping the F-bomb in Schools Out. Was the cast excited to get that out of their mouths when it was time to say that? Oh, they must have. I would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, really? But we had alternatives. We had backups.
So you guys still to this day hold the title for dropping the first F-bomb on a Canadian TV show to this date, right? Yeah. And of course, it involved your character, Jamie. He knows the famous line. Jamie, I was trying to stump him, and I think he knows all the stats of the Degrassi. I go through 40 some odd questions with him, and amazing that they
But you said you had backup lines just in case?
Yeah, alternatives. So if we weren't going to be allowed to say the swear words, it was like, you were screwing Tessa Campanelli.
Okay.
And I forget what, instead of calling Joey the other B word, it was, you're a broomhead, or you're such a broomhead. That was it.
Right.
You just don't have the same impact.
No, it didn't. Exactly.
Very different impact.
I remember, rewinding the VHS. What did they say? Rewind it, and then those VHS tapes didn't last. You rewind them a few times, they start
to scratch. Yeah.
Started to go all blurry in that, so I had to wait for it to go on television again and record it. But so we jump forward. So like you mentioned, like the cast has still been very connected. Reunions. I talked about like the screening in Winnipeg. I believe you went to different cities, but a lot's still going on right now. Even tomorrow, there's something very awesome going on with the Degrassi online auction.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up. So we haven't been able to do a lot of the conventions or Comic-Cons, unfortunately, because of COVID, but we are getting to engage with fans and share stuff that Pat and I have collected over, for me, since Kids of Degrassi Street. There's a lot of stuff that we've just been holding on to that, what am I going to do with it anymore? And there's a lot of fans that really get a kick out of that kind of stuff. So we have stuff that we are going to auction off tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Degrassi Tour Facebook page. It'll be live. And if you miss out on stuff during the live auction, I think Pat's going to also put stuff online on the Saturday and Sunday as well. So for whatever doesn't go.
Yeah, and find the link on Facebook, because I believe it's Patty put a video together, just some of the stuff that's going to be up for auction. And if you're a Degrassi fan, to me, it doesn't matter what version of Degrassi. Like, obviously this is the best one, but all Degrassi's fans are good. But they have some pretty awesome things tomorrow that you're going to be able to bid online. And yourself and Pat are going to be hosting?
Yes. So we'll be hosting. We take turns. Pat has a bunch of stuff. We both have like a lot of scripts, some books, and just like a lot of mementos that we've collected. And yeah, we'll take turns talking in front of the camera while people chat. It goes so fast. It's quite exciting. I did one once with Pat about 6 months ago. It's really exhilarating. It's good fun.
Yeah, there are, and once again, that just speaks to the fan base and the new generation. My partner, she's 20, so I'm 46 and she's 28. So she was never, she missed Degrassi. So I've been watching it at night. We're watching it in the room. She's like, "What is this? It seems old." I'm like, "Just watch." So she's like, "Well, put on something like Riverdale." She tells you. I'm like, "No, that's not high school. Like, no one looked like Archie." So we watched a couple episodes, and I believe it's when Michelle and BLT are breaking up, and then I'm saying, "With time late, and then with time to turn it off." No, I want to see what happens now. So, I mean, it does connect because a lot of these things happen in high school. Drug abuse, and then you start worrying about sex and peer pressure, and whether you like it at home, like a million things that just people go through today.
Yeah, even the interracial dating, like we actually got hate mail for that episode. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it boggles my mind, but yeah. They weren't afraid to go there. So once you can get past the cheese factor of like and the bad quality, then it actually has substance.
My favorite, well, two things are my favorite things about Degrassi High. Like, you hear that bell like a zillion times. You must have like fell asleep at night hearing that bell in your head, eh? And then even like they have the Degrassi theme song, but then they have the instrumental at the end, which is very like upbeat and feel good. But sometimes the issue would end on a serious issue, like, "I'm sorry, I got cancer." Then the credits roll. Like,
they keep you going into the next episode. Always the cliffhangers. Just amazing. When you sit back and watch old episodes of yourself, do you watch it and do you criticize yourself and the way you acted back in the day? Can you actually sit through an episode like a normal fan can?
I try not to watch them. I'm very critical. I actually did start watching some of Kids of Degrassi Street with my kids just to see if they'd be interested. Except like the quality is so bad that I think one of them started glitching. So I don't even have a good copy of some of my stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I can watch like the little kids stuff now, but it's been a while. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, I think it's different since obviously you were so involved in the series than someone like us who can rewatch it because we're fans. But you're involved in the production. You're there day in, day out. To me, it'd be a little bit different. But still, at night, if I'm you, I'd be going to bed going, "I'm Caitlin F. and Ryan." Like, I think I'd be saying that, Canadian icon, Kinsman, right?
That's right. Yeah, Canadian icon. Yeah, you can't beat the first. And I think other TV shows down the road, like Saved by the Bell. I'm sure the producers. There's only so many producers out there that probably, if you tell them, "Hey, did you ever watch Degrassi?" I'm pretty sure they would point themselves to, that show, that little old show in Toronto. Expanded across the universe. And I think people took ideas and, kind of, it resonated into other shows. I'm just saying,
90210 got their idea from our show. And you have to remember though, too, like at the time when we were shooting it, it wasn't cool. Like I was not cool at my school. Like people actually kind of made fun of us until the show caught on. It was a few years later, I think, that it started doing really well. And it was showing in like so many different countries. But in Canada, it's like we weren't really treated specially or anything. So
yeah, and now look at you, right? You finally showed them all up after all these years. You can
finally say, "I told you so."
Yeah.
You guys probably knew the show was gonna, be a huge hit, but you probably didn't realize it was going to be that big of a hit back when, back when you were shooting the episode.
No, not a clue.
No. I think at that age, it's just an awesome job, right?
Yeah.
You get to hang out with some cool people, and who knows where it's going to take. But, obviously after Degrassi, you've been really busy, and you've started a new fitness company. Now, I watched your introductory video. You make it fun. So someone like Mark and I who don't do a lot of working out, this is perfect for us, up to like someone whose fitness is their life, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to just do boring workout videos. I want to be relatable. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I need energy to keep up with them. I have been working out for a long time, but I want to make it accessible too. I realize, especially, I started putting the free workups up during COVID when all the gyms closed. And I had just gotten recertified as a fitness trainer. I mean, I used to work in LA years ago. And then I started up to work here. And then, of course, COVID hit. And then it's like, oh. But I wanted people to have that outlet because they needed it more than ever. But it's got to not be intimidating. It's got to be fun. And so I offer modifications in every program that I do. And I have the beginner program that is specifically for people that are just starting out. And I'm feverishly working away on my intermediate program that will be launching hopefully in October for people that are more experienced and ready to go a bit harder.
That's an exciting challenge because, you know, you watch guys like Tony Horton from the P90X and Sean T. And I always wonder, they put these great video exercise programs together. How many takes does it take to get the right, like say the beginner's one, like Mark and I have no clue, and you're teaching us how to stretch and, you know, how to do maybe some of the modified moves. This must take a while to make sure it's right for all types of audiences.
Absolutely. It's funny, when I first started, it was actually a friend of mine who convinced me to start, you know, doing the YouTube videos and everything like that. And I would do the entire workout and we would barely stop. Every now and then we might like stop to redo something for timing, but I would be doing the workouts like in real time. And now when I'm doing them, because we're offering progressions for the program, you have to do like one move and then you have to do like 4 same move. And I try to shoot them back to back and I'm dying. I'm like killing myself trying to do these workouts.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So it takes a while.
So we have your web page scrolling across the bottom. Is that the first place someone should go if they're interested and see what you can offer? I know there's a lot of people out there that says, listen, I want to start working out, but I'm a little bit nervous to go to a gym and I don't know what I'm doing and it's going to be embarrassing. To me, this is an awesome place to go because you can do it at your home.
Absolutely. I mean, I get overwhelmed. I mean, I've worked in gyms, but still, if I'm not familiar with the gym, or there are just days where it's a lot easier to just convince yourself to work out when you know that you can stay in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to worry about being around other people. So yeah, my website would be the first place to go. It's got my coaching page because I do virtual coaching as well through an app. So I have clients that have different goals and I prescribe programs customized for them. And then, yeah, there's also a page for where you can sign up for the program as well.
Yeah. Pretty up. Do you miss is acting your first passion in life for professional work?
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore.
Well, maybe it never was. I don't know, because I fell into it at such a young age. I love acting. Is it my first love? No, I don't think so. I think to me, the fitness and health, it took me a long time to really figure out what made me happy and what I enjoy doing. And this is it. So don't be afraid if it takes you till you're almost 50 years old to figure it out.
To figure it out. And
leap, right? You need to take the leap, and you never want to go down the path in life and say, you know what, maybe I should have done that, right? Life is short. If you've got a good idea, try it. What's the worst you're going to do? You're going to fall down, and you just dust yourself off and pick up and try it again, right?
And don't compare yourself to other people, because it's too easy to talk yourself out of something if you're going to be like, oh, but look at this person, look at that person. Just do it for yourself first. Yeah. And obviously for the people that you're trying to help, and just go for it. Yeah.
And I encourage people to check out your webpage, because there's a blog and testimonials about yourself, like where you were and where you are now and how you got there. And there's a lot of motivational type pieces. It's just not all, this is how you do this stretch or this is how you do this workout. It's all about whole body healthness, eating well and your working towards your mental health and being physically active. It's a whole 360-degree version, right, Kinsman? You guys 360, not like us, just one. We're only one degree. We need to be 360.
That's it. 360 degrees.
Yeah.
But yes, the mental aspect is a huge part of it. They go hand in hand.
There is.
And I find too, like, especially in the last couple years, 2 years now, obviously in this pandemic, mental health has become a real difficulty for, a lot of individuals, with the isolation or loss of job or relationship issues, children in and out of school, businesses opening and closing. And you need that balance in life. You need the balance of your mental health, your physical health. And I always find you just need time to wind down and go a few minutes for myself.
And that's what it is, right? It's making time for yourself, whether it's working out, meditating, and just having that you time. But working out is important because especially when people are so sedentary and they're at their computers for such a long portion of the day, you really want to make sure your body's moving around. And that is what's going to also help you feel better once you get that blood circulating.
Yeah, that's right. And Joanne's saying, that onto that, maybe you lost a parent or someone very close to you. So it does add up. And I always find working out is it's a great stress reliever.
And that's how it started for me. Absolutely. And of course I had my own, from being on the show, I had my struggles with body image. And that's kind of where it all stemmed from. I had a very unhealthy outlook on life. I abused myself physically and mentally. So this has all come over years. I have learned how to turn it into something healthier for myself so that hopefully I can help other people do the same. So yeah, it's not just like I decided one day, I'm going to be a fitness trainer. It was a natural progression from things that I was going through growing up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I could sit here and talk with Stacie for like 4 weeks, Kinsman, but obviously she has a life and a business.
Said, verbal diarrhea in the comment section. Jamie's gonna faint. Thank goodness he hasn't fainted yet. But as you can tell, Stacie, he is a humongous fan of Degrassi, and again, he even says he's going to be a part of that the Facebook auction tomorrow night at 7:00. What items would you have? Do you think that would wow the socks off Jamie? What pick an item that you think Jamie would be bidding on?
You might even like some of the there's some of the original opening artwork from the montage, the Degrassi High montage that my dad actually had put together. So I have his original artwork, and I've made Pat put some collages of all his stuff together, and I've got one framed in my office. You can't see it right now. And Pat has one, and we're auctioning some of those packages off tomorrow as well. So you can make your own montage. There's scripts. I kind of forget even what all is there, but those I don't know. That's what sticks out in my mind. But
yeah, that's right.
Watch Pat's video again and see.
Yeah. Pat's video, yeah, he has a huge. They have a huge collection. They say that's just the beginning, but we will post the link to the auction Facebook page. But to me, if you look up Degrassi Tour on Facebook, that will give you all the awesome stuff we're doing. But before we let Stacie go, I want to do a little bit of a skit with you, if you don't mind. Okay.
Yes, sure.
So let's say like it's 1991 and you're Caitlin and I'm going to be a new student at Degrassi, and we'll see if I fit into Degrassi or not. Kinsman, you can be the judge or not. Okay.
Okay. We'll let our viewers be the judge of this.
I do have my old high school football jacket.
You pretend you're auditioning to play a role.
I don't know if I would make the cut. So Well, look at it on the green screen. That's not a good start.
No, that's
I look
not
like the
good.
Matrix. So I guess so. Hey, Caitlin. My name is Johnny Wigglesworth. They call me the Wiggle Man. Now, I have a question for you. First of all, look at my awesome Matrix jacket, and you've been hanging around with this Jeremiah guy, but I got the better hat, and I'm a lot hipper. So, do you think you're gonna go with the Wiggle Man to the Under the Sun Ball dance this Friday? Is this gonna be a yes or no?
I think we're better as just friends.
I knew it, Kinsman. I'm gonna ask Tessa.
Darn you!
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I get chewed up at Degrassi there, Kinsman, but that was pretty. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Stacie. It's been, like we say, a tremendous honor. Obviously, the love for the show is very obvious on here, and we're following along with everything you've been up to now. Me and Kinsman are going to get into some workouts, right, Mark? Our New Year's resolution has to start in October now. We're really
doing
late.
Some arm curls, yes.
Yeah,
we're going to be, as they say, the dad bods come out in the summer. It's you gotta make sure they don't get patted on during the winter off season, right? So gotta stay active and
Keep that
definitely
energy up. Yeah,
that's right.
Keep that energy up. Well, thank you guys so much for the love and support and for having me on. You guys are awesome. I love everything that you guys do and what you're about. So thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
You're so welcome.
Thank you once again, Stacie. And like I said, we'll be bidding tomorrow night, Kinsman, you and I. So don't be cheap. Break out that wallet.
Well, that's it. You know what? Maybe I'll use the show credit card. I'll use Klomp's card to get you something nice. Just think, scripts that were originally touched by, yes, Caitlin Ryan, Jamie.
Yeah,
he's gonna spend a ton of money, and of course, it's all for a good cause. So,
and we autograph everything.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I guarantee he's going to get a piece of that memorabilia, and we're going to showcase it on our show of him. He's gonna turn into that screaming fan again.
Yeah, I will be bragging, of course.
Right.
There's no shame in that.
No shame.
No
All
shame.
Right.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Thank you so much, Stacie. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wasn't that awesome, Kinsman?
She is such a treat.
I don't think you watched enough Degrassi in your life, Kinsman, because this is
I watched it.
You didn't, because this is why I have to be your life coach, because I learned from the guys at Degrassi, learned from the girls at Degrassi how to handle situations, and that's why I developed into such a mature man.
That's right. You think so? You're picking up Joey Jeremiah's haircut now. I think he's got the bald look going on, just like you do.
Yeah. Do you think the Wiggle Man would have did anything good there in the halls at Degrassi? He would have got.
I don't think the Wiggle Man. You would have been stuffed into the locker. At the
There was a few bullies in that show, and like when they were Niners, like the first season of Degrassi High, I would have been stuffed in a locker, had the 9 painted on my head. I don't think the Wiggle Man would have been getting any girls to the dance. It's true to life, like Jamie Klomp.
Such a treat. And again, the Degrassi memorabilia live online Facebook auction. You can join Stacie, Caitlin Ryan, and Joey Jeremiah. I still call him that. It's hard to call them in their real names, right? Like he must be called Joey Jeremiah all the time, right? He and Caitlin going to be on tomorrow night doing the auction. And again, scripts. Jamie, you're going to be glued to the tube there, and that stream starting tomorrow night at 7.
There's nothing wrong with being a fan of this show, Kinsman. Anyways, so Jamie didn't faint. So let's chat about a couple of other things right now. So we have the Back to the 90s party happening at the Surge.
Yes, we do.
Saturday night. So you and I were there, and I would say, because there is limited capacity because of the restrictions and the table distancing. So it can't be like if you went to the Surge pre-COVID, it's going to be different post-COVID, because
where everybody can, pack the place and still, sit at tables and hang around tables. It's set up. There's a seating plan, like I shouldn't say a seating plan, but the tables are all, laid out. They've got their COVID pattern in place. So if you haven't got a ticket yet, pick them up. We were there today. Tables of 7s, 6s, and 5s, 4s have been bought. There is the upstairs. We call that the VIP at the Surge. You can fill some space up there. And again, you don't want to miss this. Midnight Express, Luke Chalafou is going to have his video screens out there. Back to the 90s. And again, the door prize, 4 tickets to Rock on the River Reconnect for someone. Someone is going to walk away with four tickets.
Well,
amazing.
You got to hype up the event, my friend. You're making it sound like a monologue. It's going to be an awesome night.
It is.
Where you're going to be able to request all your 90s hits. They're going to go on the big screen.
Yeah.
We're going to have a red carpet with a back to the 90s backdrop. If you come dressed like the 90s, take your picture. If you get dressed up as, maybe you want to come as, I don't know, like the Backstreet Boys, or, or you want to come up as Britney Spears. Get dressed up as a 90s clothes or 90s character. We're going to give away prizes for that. We're going to have trivia. The music's going to be blaring. The whole bar is going to be decked out in 90s retro. And I heard from Sherry Jonas over at, Gold Dust, planning and decorating. She's got some awesome ideas. This place is going to look awesome. So there's only a certain amount of tickets.
That's right. So go contact Kim Donovan and her staff. $10 hits you in, and keep in mind your $10 could be worth a weekend at Rock on the River Reconnect, Hollinger Park, October 1st and 2nd. That is one incentive to go. And again, I've been putting together some of the prize list for the best dressed couple and the best dressed group. Great prizes from some local sponsors, which we'll acknowledge when we get the prize lists ready to go. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's about So, anyways, that is going to be a rockin' night. Tomorrow at 2:00, we're going to draw 2 tickets for Rock in the River Reconnect for people who completed the sort of scavenger hunt. So on our page, if you complete 1 scavenger hunt item, you get 1 ballot. If you completed all 6, you get 6 ballots, and so on.
6 ballots, yeah.
So tomorrow at 2:00, we're going to draw live someone to win 2 general admission tickets. Now, VIP sold out for Friday. VIP sold out for Saturday. There's only a limited amount of tickets left for Friday and Saturday general admission, and these are $80 tickets.
$80.
So this thing's going to be sold out. And you and I have 16 to give away, and 2 of the 16 will be at 2:00 tomorrow live. So you still have time. Do the scavenger hunt. Everything can be verified with a photo. You just send us to our Facebook page, and we're going to draw a winner, give away 2 tickets.
That's right. Cutting ballots. In our spare time, I've got more ballots to cut and put into the box. Make sure that all ballots do get in there. So 6 of the challenges. Just show us proof. One of them, go in front of one of our KINZ and KLOMP Live sponsors. There you go. Not giving too much away, but look at the bottom of our banner. The Urban Farm has Canine Protection Detection Services, Casada Burritos and Tacos, The Surge, Timmins RV, Imagine Cinema 6. How about the Mountjoy Farmers Market? Any one of those sponsors will do. So if you go in front, just do a selfie and send it into us, and there's your proof. That's one. That's 1 ballot for tomorrow's draw. And again, you've got till 1:59:59 tomorrow afternoon to get them in.
Kinsman will be right up to the counting the seconds. If anyone gets in a second late, I'll allow it. Kinsman's a little tight with that. I'll say, Kinsman, you're going to let this one slide, right?
You think so? Yeah.
Or you're going to have to get a coffee. Now, you are back with the Timmins Rock tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, I am. You know what? It's exciting. The Timmins Rock, for the first time in this pandemic, are playing in front of fans for the first time since March 10th of 2020. So tomorrow, the Timmins Rock will be taking on the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners for their season/home opener, and tickets available right now online. Keep in mind, due to COVID, they can only go about half capacity, which is, I do believe, 750 in the stands. Get your tickets at timminsrock.com, and we will see you there tomorrow night. Yes, PA announcer, the first time doing it in front of fans in over a year's time. And if you follow our Facebook page, KINZ and KLOMP Live, I'll post period updates and all sorts of fun from the rink. Keep you up to date on who's going to win. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Timmins Rock home openers are always important for at any team, but for our junior A team, they're gonna kick KL tomorrow night. You mark my words. It's going to be a 4-2 win for the Timmins Rock. That's my prediction.
All right, pal. Yeah, I know they're looking forward to it. There's only one voice for the Timmins Rock, and it's you, Kinsman. You do a good job. Now, another question.
Yes.
This is the banner from last time, so I don't know if you updated it. So, Smile Cookies, we've been eating a lot. You're saying it's 4-2. Now,
no, that should be updated. Actually, my 4, I didn't have one yesterday. So, yeah, mine's still at 4. How many have you had?
I've had 3.
Okay, so let's update yours to a 3. But yeah, need more Smile Cookies. Of course, only 1 week to raise money for the DARE program. So I need to eat double tomorrow and help out Rick Lemieux and his DARE. It's nice to see him back with the DARE program, teaching it online, not doing it with TPS or in the schools like it has been. But nice to see that Rick Lemieux is back doing what he does best.
Yeah.
People always say the cookie should have Rick Lemieux's face on it, right? He's the face of DARE here in this city.
Oh, and Lori has a good comment because the Terry Fox virtual run is coming Sunday. This Sunday, and I know on Lori's personal Facebook page that she's very involved with that, and that's a very important run across Canada. It is raising money for cancer, and the Terry Fox run is huge. Do you know? And from Thunder Bay, that's where Terry Fox ended his journey. So we have the Terry Fox Memorial in Thunder Bay. Terry
Fox Memorial back in your home city. It's I do believe it's the #1 monument visited in all of Canada.
There it is. You're starting to know because you hung around some of the Thunder Bay golfers and coaches today. You're starting to become
at the next gen. Yeah, the next gen, the Fall East, the East Championships, Fall Series East Championships happening at the Hollander Golf Club. We had some fun there at Hollander today. The players all getting adjusted and customized to the course. Again, some of the, talking to the parents, they said, no offense to little old Timmins, but when they said, okay, where is Timmins? They find it on the map. For the ones coming from Thunder Bay, 9-hour drive. Okay, we're going to be showing up to a cow pasture playing golf. Okay, that's the assumption. And now look at them; they're playing the Hollander, which is the comments from the parents today going, I can't believe my kids are playing golf on a course like this. Right?
You and I will be there all weekend. We're going to go there. Yeah. So it's all weekend. And Sunday, we're actually doing did you know we're doing our show from the Hollander Golf Club on Sunday?
We're going to be doing our show 7:00 from the tent at the Hollander Golf Club. And yeah, they're going to be doing the award ceremony in and around 6:30, 7:00. So in and around our show, we'll have all the ambient noise in the background of the juniors, who's going to win the top ladies side and the top for the male side. It's going to be great. Yeah, and we have tickets to give away, by the way, for the entire weekend.
Well, look at this. Just as you said that, I am ready to do the draw for the 3 tickets.
Okay.
So, pardon me, for the 3 prizes. So we have 2 movie passes. Yeah. We have Farm to Fork Bucks. How many of those are we giving away?
We're giving away $30 in Farm to Fork Bucks. And again, that's courtesy of Rock We Sell from the Mount Joy Farmers Market. And again, you can use them not only at the farmers market, but when the downtown BIA puts on the urban park, you can spend them down there as well. So $30. And again, it is like cash. If you spent, $5 of that, the rest is in your pocket. But again, you can use it for some goods that way. Of course, Imagine Cinema 6 tickets we're giving away. Movies, we've got food tickets, and we've got golf passes.
All right, so let's do the Farm to Fork Bucks first. Are you ready? Right. All you had to do is comment on the show.
On tonight's show.
All right. Are you ready, pal? These are for the Farm to Fork Bucks.
That's right. This is for the farmers markets. So who's going to win?
Well, the machine is about to tell you here in a few seconds.
Go. Chris Gardner.
Chris Gardner, he's actually he's
He's the coach. He's one of the coaches for the Thunder Bay boys at the Hollander. We met him today. Look at that. Chris Gardner is in. So, you know, I don't know if he's got time before his round on Saturday with his boys, but he can check out the farmers market, the Mount Joy Farmers Market. Yeah. Chris will hook you up. $30. You can go buy some. He needs to keep the boys hydrated on the course. You know, they always eat fruit in golf. You can definitely fill up at the farmers market. So there we go. We'll get in touch with you, Chris.
All right, Kinsman. So you got that down. Then let's number 2. Let's give away the 2 movie passes for Imagine Cinema 6. Are you ready for that one?
Let's do it.
All right, pal. Here we go. We can't play the Jeopardy theme, Kinsman, because that's copyrighted.
It's copyrighted.
They're dead.
Deb Bodette.
Deb Bodette is the winner of the 2 movie passes.
All right. Congratulations, Deb. You're going to Imagine Cinema 6. We'll get in touch with you. We'll get your details and then pass them off to Gina Faca and Colin over at the cinema. So you'll be off to the movies. Into their luxury recliners. And last but not least, we're giving away 6 tickets for the weekend. So a golf diehard who wants to go and watch the juniors play down at the Hollander for the next gen. What do you say we give away all 6? They can go. There's 2 passes for tomorrow's round 1, 2 passes for round 2 on Saturday, and 2 passes for the final round. So we're going to save you a few bucks here.
All right, Kinsman, here we go. So these are for the golf passes. So you get to go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's pretty awesome down there. So
you have a giant grandstand behind 18, so you can sit and watch the players come in on 18. You can walk the course. And there's Mike Cook. All right.
There you go. You got that name there, Kinsman?
We'll reach out to Mike. Mike, maybe he can use all 6. Obviously, there's 2 passes for each day. You can take a friend. You can take, someone who's, wanting to watch some great juniors play. We were watching a few of them come down 9 today, and you or I, we go out and play. We're not, marking out the paces on the green, marking arrows on our scorecards. These kids are diehard. They've got their eyes set on, this as a career, looking at the scholarships. Again, if you're looking for some good golf, that's definitely going to be in Mike's future this weekend. And if you weren't as lucky to win like Mike, $5 per ticket at the Hollander for each round. So, again, they had their practice round today, round 1 tomorrow, round 2 Saturday, the final round on Sunday. We'll be down at the Hollander doing our live show. Jamie and I, KINZ and KLOMP Live, and hopefully we'll have all the hoopla of who wins what during the show. It's going to be exciting.
All the hoopla.
All the hoopla.
I don't know if people say that, kids. But
sure they do.
No one says hoopla.
They don't.
They didn't even say that back in Degrassi, and that's the 80s and early 90s. My friend there. All right, pal. So I think. Hold on a second.
What's that?
Should I bring are you finally going to respect the Wiggle Man or what?
Are you trying to be Joey Jeremiah again?
No, I'm the Wiggle Man. I'm my own version.
No. Caitlin's going back for Joey. You never have a chance as the Wiggle Man.
No, that's right. The Wiggle Man. I got the moves, kids. What do you think, or what? What do you give me out of 10? How
out of
cool
10, I'll be polite and give you a 3.
You always let me down.
But you can make me dance, babe. Like no other I have found. Rolling through the hills at night. Tell me I'm the one. Stage is set with moon and sky, and we are all the stars. You make me, you make me. You make me, you do make me feel like Hollywood. You make me, you make me, you make me, you do make me after every shot. Sometimes I have fallen, but you call it shooting star. Rolling through the hills at night, tell me I'm the one. Stage is set with moon and sky, and we are all the stars. Ooh, you make me, ooh, you make me, ooh. You do make me feel like Hollywood. Ooh, you make me, ooh. You make me, ooh. You do make me feel like Hollywood. Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. Rolling through the hills at night, tell me I'm the one. Stage is set with moon and sky, and we are all the stars. Ooh, you make me, ooh. You make me, ooh. You do make me feel like Hollywood.